Welcome back, guys. I'm in the kitchen with Chef Johnny Vee from Sukasa Magazine. Welcome.
How are you, sir? Nice to meet you.
Nice meeting you on air. This is special.
I know, I like this.
What are we doing today in our kitchen?
So we're going to make something called a tagine.
Tagine.
And you know, as the weather gets cooler and we start thinking about more stews and slow braise foods, this is actually a Moroccan dish. The vessel's called a tagine, and the style of casseroles are called tagine. So today we're going to make a chicken one that's got all sorts of yummy spices and stuff, and big green olives.
Okay, so we got big green olives. What all is here? What do we need to get it going?
All tagines have some sort of dried fruit. So sometimes it's apricots, could be prunes, could be plums, could be dates. Today we're going to use golden raisins. Usually there's olives in there. So the raisins are going to make it a little bit sweet. We've got chickpeas, and then all these great spices: cumin, nutmeg, cayenne pepper, allspice, white pepper, and saffron. And all of those spices go into this pot and flavor the chicken. It's gonna be yummy.
Wow, wow. So cumin is something that actually exists. I've always heard it, but...
Yeah, and cumin is, we use a lot of it in New Mexico. The Spanish called it comino.
Comino.
And I always toast my cumin. So Elias, if you smell this, that's like...
Wow, that smells like we're shaping up to cook something really delicious.
Yeah, the whole set's going to smell like that soon.
Awesome. We will get cooking in just a bit. For now, I'm in the kitchen with Chef Johnny Vee from Sukasa Magazine.
Nice to meet you again. Yeah, I saw you on Facebook last night. I'm like, hey, I'm going to come cook with you.
Yes.
And you liked it. You liked it.
I liked it right up.
I like that. I like that.
Okay, so here we are again in the kitchen. What is our first step?
Okay, so this is the tagine.
Yes.
So as I mentioned before, the tagine is the vessel and the casserole that are made in tagine.
Okay.
And it's a Moroccan sort of Tunisia, Turkey sort of dish. And what we have here are sauteed chicken thighs.
Okay.
Now the recipe calls for bone-in, but just to serve it a little easier, we're using boneless. So we're going to get that sizzling. Then what we're going to do is first we're going to add some red onion.
Now with the chicken, would you use thighs, breasts?
I think thighs are better.
Okay.
Thighs have a little more flavor, they have a little more fat. And when you cook a stew, you really want to have some, you know, the French think we're crazy that we use boneless, skinless chicken. They're like, what is that?
Would it be any more healthier versus?
Yeah, it would be healthier, but you know, thighs aren't really bad. I mean, they're, you know, they have more flavor. They do have a little more fat.
They're hardy.
They're hardier, and you know, we're talking about winter, so we need to.
Yes, absolutely.
We need to bulk you up there, son. Winter's coming, right? So we're going to add some red onion, and we're just going to let this start to simmer. And then we're putting you on my diet, the Johnny Vee diet. And then we're going to add some raisins, which are these are golden raisins.
Okay.
Are going to lend some sweetness to the dish, which is great.
And what are the difference? Where do we get golden raisins from versus normal raisins or regular?
You know, that's like a really good question. I don't know if I know the answer to that.
Dun, dun, dun.
It's a different raisin. We'll have to have that be the question of the week tomorrow.
Maybe red grapes versus.
Yeah, could. Yeah, I bet you. I bet you.
I'm guessing.
I bet you it is. It's a different type of grape. Now, one thing we have to do, Elias, is we need to crack our olives.
Uh-oh.
So the recipe calls for cracked green olives.
How do you crack? How does one crack an olive?
So usually I use like a frying pan, but you know what we'll use? Yeah. Come on, let's do it. Here, let's use this.
Okay.
So what you're going to do is just put a couple of olives on that cutting board.
Okay.
Give them a little
hands are
whack.
washed.
Yeah. And what that's going to do is open up the olive and help it. Yeah, just give it a little crush.
All right.
And that's going to open up the.
Or maybe not strong.
Que más macho, yeah, perfect. Look at that.
Okay.
And so we'll crack the rest of those.
Okay.
What that's going to do is open up that flavor, and then when we get it going in the tagine, all that flavor is going to come out, including the brine and stuff. So then we're going to add, we've got toasted cumin, nutmeg, cayenne pepper, allspice, and pepper, and it's all going to come together.
Well, we'll get to cracking things here in a bit.
In the kitchen with our good friend Johnny Vee from Sukasa Magazine.
Doesn't that look like a balloon, you guys? Look at that. It's like a balloon. That's why I chose this recipe.
Of course you did.
It's a smoking balloon, which is not a good.
Okay, so what are we making?
Okay, so we're going to make a chicken cracked olive tagine. Here's our olive cracker over here.
What a professional.
And so we've got chicken thighs, we've got some onions, and some. And you get to be the garlic girl.
Do I put it in here?
Put it in, baby.
Okay.
You're the garlic girl. And Brittany just asked, how do I
Tell everybody what this thing is.
So this is a garlic press. This is a really good garlic press by a company called Rossley.
Okay.
And that is a really good garlic press because when that garlic comes through,
you gotta have muscles.
It's really, it's look at how good that is. You get that alive.
All right,
get that off.
let me
get that off of there.
Scrape that.
And then Elias has been
teamwork, you know.
Teamwork.
Elias has been cracking our olives. So Elias, why don't you add the olives?
So just I can
you can just throw them in. And these are chickpeas, which is going to give us some nice protein.
Okay.
And a little flavor, a little crunch. Brittany,
Now,
you're adorable. Look at you.
How's my technique here, Chef?
I think
really
your
strong,
technique
Johnny
is
Vee.
great, and I'm sure there's probably a tool we could have used, but you know, that's all right. This works good.
Yeah.
So let's add our chickpeas, or
Okay.
garbanzos.
Chickpeas,
Garbanzo
protein.
beans.
No,
Chickpeas?
all of them?
Yep.
Okay.
Now
Voila.
this is that
That's what
cumin.
we use to make hummus.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now,
Now smell that. That's our cumin. That's
Smells-
toasted
yeah, smells
cumin.
Cumin.
Look at your. I love that you've moved into the position, sir. That's
I
good.
know,
Good. No,
goodness,
I want you
thank
to. I
you.
want you
Go
to.
ahead.
No,
You're my
no,
sous chef.
the whole,
Yeah.
the whole deal, right?
Yep,
Oh
yep.
wow. Okay.
And then we've got some nutmeg. So think about all these yummy flavors in
Okay.
this
Yeah, really.
chicken. And then we've got cayenne pepper. So this is going to give us some
A
heat,
little bit of spice.
which is going to warm it up for the the cooler weather.
Okay.
So when the
Yes.
poor guys are out at Balloon Fiesta at 5 a.m. and it's 50 degrees or 40 degrees.
We're in here getting it hot in the kitchen.
I don't know about you guys, but those olives look like they were expertly
Oh my
done.
God,
I mean,
beautifully.
Oh, boy,
Hopefully
they
we
were.
won't lose a crown while we're eating the stew with the. And then this is saffron. Do you guys know what saffron
no,
is?
what is
I thought saffron was a legend.
So saffron, first of all, is the most expensive spice.
Oh,
What?
okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. It
Okay.
sounds so mysterious.
So saffron comes from a specific.
Does it come in that fancy little bottle?
No, it comes on a. Smell that, you guys. So saffron comes from a
wow.
specific type of crocus, and it's the stamen of the crocus in the middle.
Okay.
And
Okay.
it takes 750 stamen to create 1 ounce of saffron.
So it's really special.
Really special, really expensive.
Okay.
And if there are 3 stamen per crocus, how many crocus does it take to make 750?
Sounds like it's going to be a
crocus?
joke, but it's a math question.
it's a
I'm
math
terrible at
question.
Math. That's why I do
I'm
this
going to
stuff.
say it takes an exponential amount.
Like
Oh.
3 per stamen, 750 total. 3 into 750 is.
You had me at
You're an
saffron.
actor.
You
You're
had
an
me at
actor.
saffron.
You're an actor, my boy. Actors don't have to do math, right?
Goodness.
Brittany, just pass me that spoon, and we're going to
Let's
stir this together.
Change the topic.
I
No
know,
more
really
math.
quick. We don't want
Let's
to know.
talk
Yeah,
eating.
yeah, we know.
Okay, so we mix this all around.
yeah.
How long does it take to cook this?
So really, I started the chicken early. It only takes about 30 minutes, but we're
Okay.
gonna
Okay.
we're gonna be able to taste this because all those flavors are coming together, and then we're
Smelling
gonna
really good.
Doesn't it smell good? We're gonna serve this with couscous, and
Yes.
Brittany, if you want to stir
I love
into my
couscous.
couscous, chopped parsley and cilantro.
The whole thing?
So take about half of that.
Okay, you got
And
it.
so you make you make couscous by pouring stock over it, covering it. It's almost like making rice.
So you use stock. I
Yeah.
tend to use water. But
I use
feel
vegetable
like,
stock.
I feel
Vegetable
like that
stock.
would be more.
Yeah, it gives it a little more
Flavorful.
flavor.
Okay.
In the old days, couscous used to be made just bland, and it's like.
That's what happens when
Yeah,
I make food.
yeah.
It's just bland.
And then you want to gently fold that.
Okay.
Wow.
Sort of fluff it as you were.
Okay,
as it
so while I
were.
do this, will you tell us a little bit about Sukasa?
So in this new issue of Sukasa, our October or our autumn issue,
Okay.
we always have food content. We have an interview with a couple in Santa Fe that have a gorgeous kitchen.
Okay.
Okay.
And they talk about when they entertain, everybody wants to be in the kitchen, which I think is a new trend of kitchens now. You know.
Something that people can hang out.
Absolutely.
in.
Yeah, remember
Feel
the old days?
included.
Your mother would be like, "Don't come in the kitchen; it's a mess. Go in the
Old
living
days.
room."
Yeah, right. My mom does that to me now.
Still, yeah,
Mom.
really. So now everybody wants to come to the kitchen.
Yes.
We also do. I mentioned we have a map of the parade of homes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
With little bios of each house that's
just
going to be
talked about that
available.
today, yeah.
Yeah. So you want to grab Sukasa so you can look at the houses you want to plan on visiting. and
Exactly.
stuff.
Okay.
So, and then I do chef interviews, and every so often we do a chef, and then I'll bring the chef to you guys to play with us in the kitchen.
Okay.
Going in our winter issue.
So is this ready to plate?
I think it's ready to plate. And
ready
what
to
we would
plate.
do, why don't we let me get a plate.
Okay.
Okay. See if you find.
I'll
the
just
scissors.
continue.
Let me find a light, yeah.
Folding our couscous.
Keep
You're
stirring
doing
those
a great
beautiful.
job.
Thank you,
Yes.
Brittany. I mean, I couldn't do it
Do you make
without you.
couscous a lot?
I eat couscous quite a bit.
Couscous, the rice so
Very
nice.
healthy,
They named it twice.
like
Yeah.
virtually fat-free.
Okay.
So let's put a spoonful of couscous there on that plate.
Spoonful of couscous.
Couscous
Help
of
the chicken go down.
Maybe do another one.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. So we're gonna get this
Okay.
plated, and we're gonna take a look at it, finished plated, when we come back.